Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Laiva Durrani. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll talk about the recent BRICS summit that took place from 6th to 7th of July. It was the 10th annual meeting of the BRICS organization and was hosted by Brazil in its city Rio de Janeiro. The theme of this summit was strengthening global south cooperation for a more inclusive and sustainable governance. Talking about BRICS, so it stands for Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. It is a coalition of the emerging economies, but over the time, the status and scope of this organization is expanding. More and more states are joining BRICS, such as recently Iran joined BRICS, Egypt, UAE, Indonesia. Talking about the participants of this summit, so Brazil, India, Russia, China, South Africa, and the other member states, especially the one who newly became part of BRICS, joined this summit. Uh, that included Indonesia, Egypt, UAE, Malaysia, etc. But the notable leaders who couldn't make up to this meeting were the Chinese President Xi Jinping. This was the very first time in all these years that he missed any of the BRICS meeting. उसके अलावा Russian President Putin ने भी join नहीं किया था, and there was a valid reason for that. ICC have released the arrest warrant for Putin, and Brazil is the signatory of ICC. तो अगर रशियन प्रेसिडेंट आते और वो इस मीटिंग को अटेंड करते तो एक था it could have led to the arrest of President Putin. So he did not take any chances and he missed the meeting. उनके behalf पे जो counterpart आए थे, that was Foreign Minister of Russia. Other than these two, the Iranian Prime Minister Masoud Pezeshkian, he also did not attend this meeting, and instead of him, his Foreign Minister was present at the meeting. And the counterpart of Chinese President Xi Jinping was the Premier of China. समिट के एंड में जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट डिक्लेयर की गई, जिसमें सबसे पहले तो उन्होंने टैरिफ वॉर को कंडेम किया. ये समिट एक बहुत क्रूशियल टाइम में हो रहा है जबकि यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के टैरिफ वॉर पीक पे है. Although President Donald Trump did give some relaxation to the states, but that is now about to end. And in this joint statement, they clearly condemned the tariff war, and it was stated that the unilateral tariffs, particularly, which are imposed without any justifications, are a threat to the international stability and order. जैसे ही ये जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट दी गई संडे को, तो उससे कुछ घंटे बाद ही डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने अपने सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स पर एक पोस्ट दिया जिसमें उन्होंने वार्न किया उन सब नेशंस को जो ब्रिक्स के साथ अलाइन करेंगे कि उन स्टेट्स पर एक्स्ट्रा 10% टैरिफ्स इम्पोज किया जाएगा विदाउट एनी एक्सेप्शन. चाहे आप यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के अलाय है या नहीं है, आप पर 10% टैक्स लगेगा, टैरिफ्स लगेंगे. जितने भी यूनिलेटरल सैंक्शंस हैं उनको कंडेम किया गया, पर्टिकुलरली इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स सैंक्शंस ऑन ईरान एंड रशिया. It was said that this presents biasness towards the state and it presents a negative attitude towards international diplomacy. So this should be condemned and it should be overcome. Other than that, the terrorism in all its manifestations were condemned. स्पेसिफिकली जो इंडियन ऑक्यूपाइड जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में एक इंसिडेंट पेश आया था, द पहलगाम अटैक, उसके बारे में बात की गई, उसको कंडेम किया गया. और गाजा में जो इजराइल की पॉलिसी है ह्यूमैनिटेरियन एड को रोकने की, उसको भी कंडेम किया गया. और ये कहा गया कि ह्यूमैनिटेरियन एड को वेपनाइज ना किया जाए, उसको पॉलिटिसाइज ना किया जाए. और ये एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा हीनियस एक्ट था ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ इजराइल टू डू दिस. They also supported the two-state solution for the Gaza-Israel conflict, and they supported the idea of Palestine as an independent state with West Bank and Gaza being its part. जब ये जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट आई उसके बाद डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की एक दफ़ा फिर से प्राइम मिनिस्टर नेतन्याहू के साथ मीटिंग हुई और उसमें उनको इस आइडिया पे थोड़ा और करने के लिए कहा गया, बट ही अगेन rejected it and he said that this idea holds threat to the survival, sovereignty and status of Israeli state. At the end of the session, they welcomed all the newly members of the organization. That includes Belarus, Bolivia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Malaysia, Uganda, Thailand, Vietnam, Cuba, Nigeria, and Indonesia. So through this summit, they gave this clear indication that BRICS is open to expansionism, and they condemn the unilateral world order that is dominated by United States. They demanded for a more favorable and equitable world order where there is more equality, more inclusiveness, and the states are not met with biasness. They are given their due rights and they are valued regardless of their positions. The Cannes Summit holded great importance, particularly in the context of changing world order. They provided greater voice for the South, for the global South, and they provided a platform for the grievances to be addressed, and they provided an alternate for the northern dominated international politics. Now, if we talk about the drawbacks of this summit, so first, some scholars suggest that there is some internal divisions within the organization, such as China is not very happy with this expansionism because most of the states that have newly joined BRICS, such as UAE and Egypt, they are close allies of United States. And Russia and China believe that their values and their principles would be would be compromised. Secondly, certain biasness could be seen in the joint statement. जैसे कि उन्होंने यूक्रेन के अटैक को तो कंडेम किया जो रशिया पे हुआ, लेकिन वो रशिया के अटैक्स को कंडेम नहीं कर रहे हैं. इसी तरह उन्होंने पहलगाम अटैक को कंडेम किया, उसको स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन किया, लेकिन जो जाफर एक्सप्रेस का इंसिडेंट हुआ था उसका जिक्र नहीं हुआ. उसके अलावा जब वो लोग टैरिफ वॉर को मेंशन कर रहे थे तो दे डिड नॉट मेंशन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स स्पेसिफिकली, क्योंकि जो बहुत इसके स्टेट्स हैं वो अलाइज हैं यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के, तो उन्होंने डायरेक्टली नाम लेना ठीक नहीं समझा. तो इसलिए ये भी समझा जा रहा है कि इसके जो स्टेटमेंट्स थे वो बहुत बायस थे और वो लोग जो है तो कॉमन ग्राउंड्स पर काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो कलेक्टिवली सबका मसला है उसको नहीं देख रहे हैं. रादर they are focusing on the individual issues. For example, the Bulgarian attack, that is the individual issue of India or the Ukraine-Russian war. So they're not talking about the collective problems like climate change or terrorism as a whole. They were mentioning the specific events that happened in the joint statement. So yeah, this was all, and I'll see you in another vlog. Allah.